GoPro, my battery needs a charge. Anyway, let me point you at the engine so you can see what I'm on about. I bought a dipstick to check the oil level. Anybody who knows these engines knows that the dipstick boss should be there. So this doesn't work, or won't work as a dipstick, so because I am me, that's the best way I can do it, I have a short one. I just cut the end off. So that can just screw in there, and that's great. What that means for the oil level though is I now have to use the dip tube. So I've ordered a dip tube. So this goes in the plug hole, that's the plug, and you either unscrew the whole thing to drain it, or to check the level you fill it with oil until it comes out there, then you put that in. So I've got to swap the plug which is there. I think I can get to, well, let me even show you, it's here, this guy. That's got to come out, this one's got to go on, that'll be that. Got a new sprocket, new clutch springs, lock wire drilled clutch nuts, yep, and I've got lock wire. I was thinking about stainless steel lock wire, and I was wondering, oh man, I need to buy some. But when I bought my welder, it came with stainless steel wire, and that's just begging to be used as lock wire. So that's what I use. And today's job will be slide the front sprocket onto that side, take the nut off, and away we go. And I'm not sure whether you saw me playing around with the kickstart mechanism yesterday or the day before, but I put the kickstart end on. The nut is finger tight. I'll peen this over. I bought the new washers and they didn't fit, so I had heat treated the old one, flattened it out so it was usable, and then I've annealed it so I can bend it over. So that's today's little escapade. So sprocket's on, tab washer's bent over. I put the sump plug in, just sit there, that's in, ready to accept oil, and I'll measure out the exact amount, put it in, wait till we get it into the frame. But at the moment this is about as far as I want to go, putting this together, because it's pretty heavy. So I do want to work on the cylinder head. That'll be the next thing. I'll do that and make sure that that's in good shape. Pull the springs off, lap the valves, see what state the valves are in the guides. I'm guessing the rest of this engine is pretty good condition, so maybe I'm lucky with the valves in the guides. We'll see. Hopefully I don't have to spend anything. We do have a ride coming up on the 20th. What is it? It's the... No, it's full of... That's crap. On the 27th, because it's the 20th today. Is that right? That can't be right either. Oh shit, it says Sunday. Okay, so that's that then. I was going to ride the BSA, although the weather's supposed to be abysmal, so I may start the transplant. I may pull the... Well, no, that's stupid. We've got a club cookout coming up on the 7th, and I want it running and available, so I'll leave it. I'll do it after that. I've got my buddy Ian coming over from the UK. We're gonna take the Tiger and the KTM for a bit of a blast on some gravel roads. Got a new battery coming for the Royal Enfield as well, which would be good. Then once I've got the B44 done, it's going to be time to show this old girl some love. It's been smoking this year, more than just a little bit on startup. Now when you sit at lights, you know, you get a stink of Valvoline VR1, and when you pull away there's a little chuff, so it needs a head job. So I'm going to pull the head. I've got new rings, put new piston rings in it. This will be the next thing. Anyway, this is a video about the B44. Here is the B44 engine. I'll leave it at that. Hey, sorry about the wet hair, just got out of the shower. Time to talk about heads. This one in particular. It's a bit grubby, the guides are worn. It looks as though the exhaust... Let me pick you up. put this down. I don't know whether you can see the exhaust port's really coked up here, so it needs a good clean out. The guides are worn. Inlet isn't too bad, exhaust is buggered, a lot of rattling around, so I've just ordered new valves and guides. So we'll go through get it hot, put it on the grill, punch them out, put a new one in. This one actually looks fairly new, like it's been replaced. This one looks as though it's not been done at all, ever. And the head generally needs a good clean up as well. But other than that, we're in pretty good shape. I will put this on. Well, I'll clean it up first, and then I'll get the new guides put in, reassemble it, ready to go in the bike, and then, because the ride I was planning on going on, the weather looks pretty rough, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that this weekend. And then next weekend we have the club cookout, so I'll keep the bike in one piece, and then after that I'll pull the old engine out and put the new one in, and we'll start the B44ness. So exciting. And then what to do with the B25 engine that I've rebuilt that has about 400 miles on it. Trials bike, that's what I'm thinking. Pre-65 trials bike, or at least some form of green laner, that kind of thing. Trail bike, sorry. I think the 250 would be a great little tootling around on the dirt bike, quite fun. Yeah, that's it for now. Right, B25 update. Head, all the studs are gone, valves are out, grills on. Gonna heat it up and drive out the valve guides. So I'm just going to prepare the work area. I've got the grill on warming up, which is good. Prepare the work area, that sounds really fancy, doesn't it? I'm going to pull away a piece of old towel, put a couple of bits of woods down, get the big hammer and the drift, and start whacking when it's hot. That's it. I'll put the grill on. I'll tell you what I had noticed on the head, that I hadn't really, I've been looking at this side a lot, I hadn't really looked at this side and noticed that the fin is pushed down. It's got cracking across the top there. I don't really know what to do about it. I'm going to leave it. That's what I'm going to do about it. I'm just going to leave it as it is. If it fractures and comes off, I can take it and get it welded, or I can just possibly just machine it down so it's like this one, just comes straight across. Or I could just buy another head, but I'm going to use this one. This is the one that came with it. So that's it. I'm not going to try and straighten it out or anything, because that'll just make it worse or make it even more fragile. I'm going to clean the surface for the rocker cover up. I've got the new valve guides in because they sit below the top, so I can then use my surface plate and a piece of emery. The cylinder face, or the mating face for the cylinder looks really good. I may just give that a light face with fine wet or dry on the surface plate again, and that's about it really. And then it's swap time. Been thinking about the order of operations. I did get some new oil filters for the spin-on that I got as a part number. It's the Norton Commando filter for anybody who's curious. Gonna pull. I got a new gas tap for the tank with with a working filter, not a broken filter like I've got. So that will stop all the crap going in to the carb. I do have an inline filter, but as I proved on the $1,000 bike challenge, after about 100 miles that gets blocked with fragments. So I'll try and clean the tank out as well. I'm going to redo the seat because my padding is way too hard. I had to buy a yoga mat when we did the $1,000 bike challenge so I could sleep more comfortably, and I plan to use that as seat cushioning. What else? That's about it really. I should try and put a few more miles on the B25 engine, but I probably won't. I'm eager to put this monster in. So the plan is to pull the engine out, put this engine in the state it's in, sans the primary drive, and then I will put the primary drive on when it's in, pop the head on, and then I can do the push rods and all that kind of stuff and time it out, make sure it's working correctly. I did try the gearbox, so I know the gearbox works. It holds all 4 gears, it's selectable. What else? Yeah, that's about it really. That's it. So head warming, come back in, drive the valve guides out, and that should be that. Hopefully, oh bugger, let me just think about this. Yeah, should be able to do it. Should be alright. I should be able to do it on a piece of wood. It shouldn't be a problem. I can just push this on the end. Actually, I could do it on the end here. That could work. Maybe not need a piece of wood, use the surface plate. Oh yeah, that'll be alright. Just hold it there. Cool. That's what I'll do. So, still steaming actually, but you can see the guides have come out. So, clean it up. Needs a bit of... Let me just flip it over without burning myself. Needs a bit of cleaning out. Still got some carbon in there, so I'm going to whiz around with a brass brush to clean out both ports, clean up the combustion, clean up the exhaust hole. The exhaust port and the inlet port looks pretty good anyway, so that's next, and then I'll give it a scuff down with a Scotch-Brite pad. I shall clean it up, then I'll get the new guides in. What else? Then I've got to I'll put the springs back, the valves back. No, I won't. That's rubbish. I'll put the new valves in, lap them. I'll check the valves if the valves need, if the guides need to be honed, because I got my hone from when I did the B25. All combustibles away from that. So I'll do that, and I'm just going to take this off the cloth just to. There we go, less chance of some conflagration that way. Clean up the ports, lap the valves in using that valve lapper that I really liked using. Oh, this is making a very interesting noise. Can you hear that? Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's probably got. It's probably just warming up some fluid on the surface plate. Yeah, lap the valves in, do a check that they don't leak, then put the springs on when I'm happy that it's all good, and then we're good. And I will probably leave this until after my motorcycle club cookout, because that's yeah, just in case anybody wants to ride it, and I keep going backwards and forwards on that. In my head I'm like, oh, I could get it done before and ride it and kick it over, you know, that'd be great, but it would be a rush then, and I don't want to rush it. I want it to be just so, and there's no reason for me to rush swapping the engine over, because I can ride that. And it's not like it's the only bike I've got to ride, or there's any desperate reason why I need the big engine in there, other than I want the big engine in there. So that's it, till the next clip.